I have a custom coded stock scanner that returns the best performing stocks in the stock market, as well as a back tested and optimized strategy that points to where to enter and exit these stocks. This week, 2 huge new stocks have entered the scanner, and we're going to go over them in this video. First, let's go over some highlights from last week. The strategy has you in AMD from November 8th at an average price of 113.75. It has obviously had a huge week last week, hitting a high of just under 185, has pulled back, closed at 177, but you are still up huge in this position. I mean, you're up over 65, 64 points in this position. Absolutely massive. In a similar vein, also in the same category, NVIDIA. This strategy has you in NVIDIA from November 9th, just the day prior, at around 469. Also had a huge blowout week, hitting highs of 628.5, pulling back a little to around 611, but still, once again, absolutely massive, like nearly 150 points up, actually maybe over 150 points up in this trade. Absolutely insane. Let's go over a couple that maybe aren't so, I want to say aren't so known. We're about to talk about Amazon, Trey, but Amazon also had a really big week. The strategy has you in this from, once again, November 9th. Obviously, a lot of these stocks, we're talking about the tech sector right now, are moving together. So they're all having sort of similar charts. The strategy, sees this strength. It hits the scanner, the strategy enters, and it's what this strategy is doing is looking for continuation. And right now you are getting huge signs of that, right? Because from November 9th, you got an Amazon around 142, just over 142. Last week broke over 160, closed below 160, but still at 159. Absolutely huge. Okay, now let's talk about, this is where I meant to transition. Now let's talk about maybe some maybe some moves that you aren't focusing on as much. Verizon, absolutely massive week. Verizon is flying, at least for how Verizon typically moves. It's not as crazy as NVIDIA, AMD. It's just not as trading at high of multiples and high of PE ratios and as much as growth stocks at those companies are. But still, on a stock like Verizon, you're in from October 27th, and you are in around 34.50. This week, it got up to 42.50. That is a massive move on a stock like Verizon that the strategy is crushing. Another one, WDC. This is Western Digital. You are in this from November 15th at around 45.80. This week, broke over 60, closed around 58. Still very, very strong. A lot of very good continuation this week. And obviously, if we jump over to SPY, let's look at the entire market. Obviously, the entire market, by the way, this strategy is also in SPY from 450.5 up to 489 and still in. So you're getting really nice continuation overall in the entire market right now. And this strategy is really, really capitalizing on that. But 2 new stocks, big stocks from the tech sector, entered the scanner. Let's talk about them. You can get access to both this scanner and this strategy on my website, daytradingstrategies.net. You all just got to see some examples of trades that this strategy is taking right off of that scanner. And when you sign up on the website, you not only get access to this strategy and scanner, but all of my other strategies, scanners, watch list, custom columns, indicators, all kinds of code are available, all for one low price. Go check it out. I promise you the price will be so low it will surprise you. Even if you're just interested in this strategy that you just got to see how it performs, you might find value in that. So daytradingstrategies.net, link at the top of the description. We'll see you over there. All right, what else can I bait you all with to keep audience retention up throughout this video? I'm just playing. Let's go ahead and jump into the 2 stocks that you want to know are new on the scanner this week. The first stock being the second largest company in the world, only trailing Microsoft by $0.02 trillion. By the way, Microsoft also in from 247 on the strategy, doing also insane. But the new stock that has hit our scanner this week is going to be Apple. It just got stopped out of a trade last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, at 186. But since it's pushed up again, it has entered at 194.19. Already down a couple of points, but this strategy has taken Apple this week. It has found strength in Apple. You've got Apple testing all-time highs. It is looking for continuation on this trade. Let me tell you this. As I walk through these trades and what anything new on my scanner is, am I telling you that you should go buy it? Hell no. Am I telling you that it's guaranteed to go up? Double hell no. Of course not. The strategy also takes losing trades, right? You all know on this channel we just covered a lot of really big winners, but it also gets stopped out for losses sometimes too, right? There's a very pliable chance that any of these stocks I bring up are just going to go down and get stopped out. Now, the point of the strategy is that when it wins, you know, what did it make here? 42 points. And when it loses 7 points, right? That's the point of the strategy, but there's no saying that this Apple is definitely, it's on Trey's scanner, so it's definitely going to go above 200 next week. Of course not. This is just me helping, parse some knowledge into what I'm looking at this week onto you all. So that's the first stock. It is AAPL Alpha Alpha Papa Lima. I'm sure you all know the ticker for Apple. But the next stock, also a very huge, very large tech company, is Google. And let me check actually. Is Goog and Google? Yes. So GOOG, this is their Class C shares, or GOOGL, this is their Class A shares. The only difference between the shares are, I believe it's Class A has voting rights. So if you're a shareholder, you can vote in the shareholder meetings. Class C shares, I believe, someone might correct me on this, Class C shares, I believe, don't have voting rights. So it doesn't really matter unless you care about voting on the shareholder meetings. It doesn't really matter which one you take here. But Google, Alphabet, should I say, Alphabet Inc., is also hitting the scanner this week, obviously pushing all-time highs. Google, just unlike Apple, which is still testing all-time highs, Google has broken through all-time highs, and with this strength has lit up the scanner, has lit up the strategy. The strategy is in GOOGL from 151.86 and in GOOG from 153.76 roughly. So bought both of those stocks, Google and Apple, this week. Hey, those of you all that make it to the end of my videos, I appreciate your all's input more than the others that have already clicked off. Just don't tell them I said that. I'm thinking about doing a video like this every Sunday moving forward, just so can once again parse some of what I'm looking at onto you all going into the next week, as well as reviewing the week prior. Let me know what you think about that. The easiest way is to hit the like button, or let me know in the comments if you think that's a good idea, if you'd like to see a video like this every Sunday. Now listen, I talk about daytradingstrategies.net, my website, a lot. I believe the most valuable currency in the world is time, and on my website I sell codes that I have spent hundreds and hundreds of hours creating, right? I will guarantee you that when you sign up to the website, you are going to get a huge time shortcut, a huge time save at the beginning of your ThinkScript coding journey, right? But I'm selling actual product. I'm selling actual code. I don't sell a course. I'm not selling my knowledge. I've actually already created a whole playlist on this channel that goes over what I know about coding in ThinkScript. So if you're interested in that, if you think you have the time to learn and create your own codes rather than paying for the website, I'll link that on the outro screen next.
Trading stocks. He talks about trading stocks. It's important for you Americans and other international individuals to learn about stocks.